Welcome to this month's Megan's Minute. I'm Megan Lavin, the blogger behind AllergyAwesomeness.com, and together with Allergic Living, I'm going to teach you some tips and tricks for trick-or-treating with food allergies. Now, obviously, the safest route would be to stick to only doing the Teal Pumpkin Project. Check out the Teal Pumpkin Project map to see if there are any houses participating in your neighborhood. For those that are new to this concept, the Teal Pumpkin Project is an initiative that's fabulous. It's where people set out teal pumpkins to alert food allergy families that they are offering non-food items, no candy, because there can even be food allergies to every kind of thing, so it's hard to pick a certain safe candy, right? But it's difficult because there's such a spectrum of food allergies and how each family handles it. You can do just that, or you can do a hybrid like we do. I've always let my children go trick-or-treating. We definitely stop at the Teal Pumpkin houses, but we also allow our children to go to houses that hand out candy because we want them to have that milestone. So what are some tips? Well, first of all, before you go, talk to your kids about trick-or-treating so they know what to expect. Explain that while they will be handed out candy, they are not allowed to eat it until mom and dad have gone through it afterwards to help them pick out the safe candy from the non-safe candy. I also try to give them a really big hearty dinner before so that way they're not so hungry while they're walking and they're not going to be as tempted to eat while they're en route. Be sure to also be positive and point out the other non-food aspects, how fun it is to dress up, to get to see your neighbors, to get to stay out late. Even though this is a really food-centric holiday, you can help them remember and focus on the non-food aspects as well that also make it so much fun. Next, know your route. If possible, talk to neighbors, friends beforehand. I know it works well for some parents to even go before to the neighbor's house and plant safe treats. Say, hand this out when you see my kids come. So that way it's not up to chance and they know for sure that their neighbors have something for them rather than hoping that the odds are that their neighbors will pick something safe. Also, very important, make sure you check your auto injectors that they're not expired. You take them with you on the route. You make sure you have a charged cell phone in case there's an emergency. And be sure that you understand your allergy action plan from your allergist so you know what symptoms merit the use of epinephrine. Also, go with your kids. And if they are still young, sometimes I would even go up to the door with them as well. It may be different this year with COVID, but oftentimes people will just offer up their bowl and let the kids pick for themselves. Now, if they're little and there's a big variety offered, I can help them find a safe treat. Oh, get those Dum-Dums, get those Smarties, out of the bowl. That way I can help spy for some safe things. But, sometimes there aren't things they can have, but sometimes they will unknowingly pick a Snickers when there was a Skittles right next to it. So with the size and the rush of the crowd, sometimes they can get kind of flustered, so it helps to have an adult there to pick if that's possible. Now, obviously, it's up to your comfort level, but I still let them get things they can't have, often because sometimes people just chuck in their bags no matter what. And I figure because it's individually wrapped and they really love the fun of just grabbing stuff and seeing their bucket pile up, we just let them get it. We get rid of it and we divide up the safe from the non-safe treats later on. It can hurt their feelings if they go to a house only to have to walk around, or it just helps us avoid tantrums when we're just like, fine, just grab something. Another tip, get extra eyeballs. While we feel bad leaving out a bowl of candy and a bowl of non-food treats on our doorstep and not having someone answer the door, I always have my husband come with. Part of it's because we're obsessed with our kids and we love seeing them in their cute costumes. And the other part is that we want to make sure we've got some extra eyeballs so that way we can watch them, that they're not tempted, they're not trying to sneak a treat during that busy hustle and bustle of trick-or-treating. The other thing is that you're going to check and recheck the candy pile when you're all done. I'm going to go through it, and then I like to have my husband go through it just to have an extra set of eyes that has read the labels. I've got my laptop open and ready so that way I can research any ingredients on candy I'm not familiar with, or to look up ingredients that candies don't have the labels, which drives you crazy, right? Anything without an individual wrapper or a brand name that I can look up is automatically assumed unsafe. Then what we do, because we're obviously going to be taking a chunk of it away, we are prepared with backup. I don't know what it is, but last year almost all of the candy handed out was chocolate, which for me, a chocolate lover with no food allergies is great, but hello, dairy allergy, so my son can have a ton. So while he was kind of sad about his candy being taken away for a bit, once it's kind of out of sight, out of mind, and he sees like still a brimming pile, he's fine. And then I try and point out like, wow, look at how many Smarties you have, and like get them excited about the things that they do have, being grateful for what they do have. And I've also found it helps, I send them to get into their PJs, so that way when I'm going through the candy and getting rid of it, it's not like rubbing it in their faces. They're not watching me take stuff. And then when they come back and they see the bowl brimming of safe candy, they get all excited again. If losing candy is a big deal to your kids, like mine, you can have safe candy at home. I've gone to the store ahead of time and I let them trade for other things. I've also heard some families trade out for money, or you can even do something like the Switch Witch if you want to be like really more legit and have a story behind the switching out. Now, before the kids eat their candy, I do like to have them wash their hands with them touching doorbells and reaching into bowls of other people's candy. I just feel like you don't know how big the risk is. We'll never know, but it just makes me feel better, right? Now, obviously, that is our way of doing things. Ultimately, you have to decide what you're comfortable with, and it's okay if it doesn't work for you. We've gone a good number of years now, and even though it can feel really frightening if maybe it's your first year, we do look forward to this childhood milestone every year. It's fun to have things spooky, but you definitely don't want things scary or life-threatening. One other way we make Halloween allergy friendly is the last 2 years I've done a kids Halloween party at my house. It gives the kids a chance to dress up, use those costumes one more time, play games with their friends, and then I can completely control the food situation. I've got lots of fun recipes that we make. We do like Frankenstein Rice Krispies and all sorts of stuff. Now, if I missed any tips, be sure to comment below, and be sure to share this with other families that might help them have a little bit less anxiety over this food-centric holiday. But no matter how you celebrate this Halloween, I hope you stay safe, and I will see you next month for Megan's Minute. And don't forget, if there's ever a topic you want me to cover, be sure to comment below. Happy Halloween, guys.